Now, I will explain this poem number 2, Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher. Abraham Lincoln, note on the poet, 1809 to 1865, was the 16th President of the United States of America. He was the 16th President, born to parents who struggled to make a living in Kentucky. Lincoln made great efforts to acquire knowledge. An outspoken opponent of the system of slavery, he went against the system of slavery. Lincoln defeated the Confederacy in the American Civil War. Civil War broke. He defeated the Civil War and introduced the measures that abolished slavery. And he introduced the measures. He took measures and abolished slavery. Your parents, pre-reading activity, your parents have very carefully chosen a school for you. For example, for you children, your parents have chosen this our GSA school for you all. What do you think are their expectations from the school? What your parents expect, what you expect? Discuss in pairs, in group. I will read these lines. He will have to learn, I know. Children are sent to school to learn that all men are not just. What he should learn? All men are not just. Some unjust people are also there. All men are not true. Everybody doesn't go on right path. But teach him also that for every scoundrel there is a hero. But for every bad person, one hero is there. Every scoundrel there is a hero. In every scoundrel there is a hero. That for every selfish politician there is a dedicated leader. From every selfish politician, one dedicated leader is also there. There is a dedicated leader. Teach him for every enemy there is a friend. For every enemy there is a friend. It will make time, I know, it will take time to make the child understand. He is writing a letter to the teacher. See how nicely he has written this letter. But teach him if you can. This is a challenge. But teach him if you can, conditional, that a dollar earned is of far more value than 5 pounds. $1 is more important than what you earn, more of it. Teach him to learn to lose. Let him lose. And also to enjoy winning. But he should enjoy whatever he wins. Steer him away from envy. Take him away, let him go away from envy if you can. This is conditional. Teach him the secret of quiet laughter. What is the secret of laughter? You teach him. Let him learn early that the bullies are the easiest to lick. Teach him if you can the wonder of the books. Even you teach the wonder of the books, because knowledge is buried in the books. Books give you knowledge, but also give him quiet time to ponder the eternal mystery of birds in the sky. Let him have the study of nature. Let him study the birds in the sky, bees in the sun, how bees are there in the sun, and the flowers on a green hillside. Let him see that nature, flowers. In school, teach him it is far honorable to fail than to cheat. If you fail, there is no problem. Failure is not a problem. Failure is the step of success. But you should not cheat. Teach him to have faith on his own ideas. He should have faith in himself. He should have faith in his own ideas, even if everyone tells him they are wrong. If others say it is wrong, he should not think that is wrong, but he should have faith in himself. He should realize. Teach him to be gentle with gentle. He should be gentle with gentle, kind to kind, and tough to tough. You must be tough to the people who are tough. Try to give my son the strength not to follow the crowd. You teach my son that he should not follow the crowd. He should not think that the crowd is, the mob is there, the people are gathered, crowd is there, and that is all true. No. When everyone is getting on a bandwagon, any popular or fashionable activity. We are more attracted to the fashionable activities. We see TVs. We see advertisement on the TVs. If your hair grow, for example, I am telling you all this. If your hair grow white, you use dye. That is dangerous. Getting white hair, it shows that your wisdom has grown. So you should not get on the bandwagon. Teach him to listen to all men. So if all men are telling, if he should listen to all men, but teach him also to filter all he hears. Whatever he hears, good and bad, he should filter them. If dirty water is there, by decantation method, we filter water. Even this water what we get from the bore, we filter it again to get pure. So, whatever he hears, whatever the ideas he gets from the people, it should be filtered. Good ones he should take. That examination should be done on the screen of truth, and take only the good that comes through. Whatever good comes from that, you should take him. He should take him. Teach him, if you can, how to laugh when he is sad. He should not become sad. If a sad situation is there, in that he should enjoy it, and he should try to laugh. Teach him there is no shame in tears. If tears roll down your cheeks, there is no shame in it. Teach him to scoff at cynics. Cynic, a person who has a low option of most people and most things. A man of low opinion. He should get away from the cynics and beware of too much sweetness. And he should be well away from the sweet-speaking people. Teach him to sell his brawn and brain to the highest bidders. Bidder, one who offers to buy something at an auction. So these things should be taught, and brain to the highest bidders, and give your knowledge to the people who are in auction, but never put a price tag on his soul. A price tag should not be there for his thoughts, for the concepts. Teach him to close his ears to a howling mob. If the mob is shouting, he should close his ears, and to stand and fight. He should stand and fight if he thinks he is right. If he thinks he is right, then he should fight. Treat him gently, but do not cuddle him. Do not take very close and teach him with love and affection, but teach him. Because only the test of fire makes fine steel. How steel becomes pure, in that if it is put in the test of it is forged in fire, then the steel becomes strong. Let him have, since he must be like an iron man, let him have the courage to be impatient. When he is impatient, he should have courage to overcome it. Let him have the patience to be brave. He should have patience to become brave. Teach him always to have sublime faith, good faith in himself, because then he will have sublime faith in mankind, sublime, supreme. This is a big order. But see what you can do. This is a big order for the teacher. But see what the teacher can do. He is such a fine fellow, my son. My son is a good fellow. This is what Abraham Lincoln has written a letter to the teacher, what to teach. Abraham Lincoln, 1809-1865, was the 16th President of the United States of America, born to parents who struggled to make a living in. Lincoln made great efforts to acquire knowledge. An outspoken opponent of the system of slavery, Lincoln defeated the Confederacy in the American Civil War. He got confidence and introduced the measures that abolished slavery, and he was the person to abolish slavery. In this poem, we have an anxious father. Father is very anxious. Even your father, your parents are also anxious, who has sought admission for his son in a school. He has taken admission of his son. As all parents, he has expectations. He has expectations from the school that good should be taught in the school. These are the expectations of the all other parents and also of Lincoln. Those expectations are presented with a series of juxtapositions in the poem, adjacent lines in the poem. He wants the school to teach his son that this world is full of men who are untrue and unjust. In this world, people are majority of the people are untrue and unjust. At the same time, he wants his son to learn that for every scoundrel there is a hero, and for every selfish politician there is a dedicated leader in the same world. In the same world, heroes are also there, leaders are also there, true, untrue and unjust people are also there. He wants the school to let the child know that he is likely to make enemies as he gets on in life, but he is not to lose heart, because he will also make as many friends who will stand by him. There are days he may come across many enemies, but also he will come across number of friends. The poet, in his wisdom, expects the school to tell the child that $1 earned respectably is worth much more than $5. $1 is more worth than earning $5 by a wrong method. Similarly, he wants him to know that it is hard to lose in life, but enjoyable to win. Similarly, he wants him to know that it is hard to lose, to have loss in life, but enjoyable to win. To lose with grace is virtue. If you lose with grace, it is virtue. The father asked the teacher to keep the child away from envying others. He should not envy others. There is one poem. I would just want to recite those lines here. There dwelt a miller, hale and bold, beside the river Dee. He wrought and sang from morn to night, no lark more blithe than he. And this the burden of his song forever used to be. I envy nobody, no, not I, and nobody envies me. Like that, here also, he is of the expectation, Lincoln is of the expectation. He should be away from envying others. He should not envy others, and teach him the secret of quiet laughter. The secret of quiet laughter should be taught. He wants his little man to know that bullies are weak and can be defeated with ease. The bullies who come, they are very easy to be defeated. Importantly, he wants his son to grow up appreciating books and eternal mysteries of the birds in the sky. The mysteries of the birds, the mysteries of the flowers, whatever it is, he should learn them. The bees in the sun and the flowers on a green hillside. He wants his son to learn early that it is all right to fail rather than get by cheating. If you fail, there is no harm, because honesty is the best policy. But if you cheat, if you go cheating, it is not good. He wants his son to have ideas of his own and not worry about people who tell him that he is wrong. If people say he is wrong, he should not believe. That idea should come to him. He should have his own realization. He asked the authorities in the school to teach his son to be gentle with the gentle and tough with the tough. He should be hard to hard and smooth to smooth. He wants them to teach his son never to follow the crowd. He should not go behind the crowd when everyone is doing what is trendy and popular. If anything is popular for the crowd, if they are doing that, he should not go behind them. He wants him to learn to pay attention to all that people are saying. He must pay attention what people are saying, but finally filter all that he has heard. But whatever he has heard from the people, he should filter, he should take good ideas and depend only on the truth. He should depend on truth. He wants, as Swami Vivekananda has said, I'll quote his words here, do not believe that it is written in a book. Do not believe that it is said by someone. Try to find out the truth. That's the realization. Truth is God. He wants him to learn to laugh when he is sad. Whenever the boy is sad, he should laugh, and to learn that it is all right to cry and shed tears. It is right to cry and shed tears. There is no shame in it. He wants his son to learn to shun the cynics who have a low opinion of others and be wary of flattery. He should be away from flattery. If somebody is flattering, you don't listen to it, or you don't take it. He wants the school to develop his mind and physique and teach him to use. He should be healthy. He should develop his mind. Mind development should be there. Use them to earn his living, and he should use it to earn, but never to compromise on the values and sell his soul for a price. But he should not sell his wisdom on a price. He wants his son to be able to keep away from howling mob and have the courage to stand up and fight for what is right. He should fight for whatever is right. He tells the teacher not to spoil his son with too much affection. Teacher should not show more affection to his son, but discipline him. But discipline should be taught so that he is tempered like steel. He should be forged in steel, forged in fire. It is a fine for that little fellow to be impatient at times, and he wants him to be patient and be brave. If he is impatient, he should try to learn to become brave and patient. Finally, he tells them that he wants his son to have complete faith in himself. First thing for this all development, faith in himself is more important. He is a fine little fellow, and this fellow will grow into a fine young man. Children, I tell you all to read this poem twice, write the difficult words, and go on writing the question and answers pertaining to this text. Thank you.